provides less than 10% of the cost of preparing its leaders. Basically, in one person's lifetime, the church has gone from supporting 90% of the cost to less than 10%. What that means, of course, is that the cost of theological education increasingly must be borne by the students themselves. One of the historical questions that John Wesley asked persons who were being ordained, and that question continues to be asked to this very day for people preparing to be ordained, the question is, are you so in debt as to embarrass you in your work? Well, seminarians joke that they quickly learn not to be easily embarrassed. But it's really not a joking matter. With the cost of theological education today costing more than $100,000 for 3 years of graduate study, what that means is some people who have the call to ministry will not pursue that call simply because of the high costs. Others may go into great indebtedness and perhaps end up leaving the ministry if the level of indebtedness is too high. Either way, the church is poorer as a result because we are losing well-qualified, highly gifted persons who are not able to fulfill their call. Therefore, if we're going to encourage the most gifted people to consider ministry, we also need to be prepared to make it possible for them to pursue that call. The third thing that each of us can do to make sure that messengers are being sent out is to get to know our seminaries. Those of us who work at seminaries cannot do our work alone. We need to be in conversation with those of you in local churches like this one. We need your prayers. We need your counsel, your suggestions. What kind of a curriculum? We're in the midst of a curriculum revision right now. What kind of courses do you feel we should be offering in order to train leaders for the next generation? We need that kind of conversation and dialogue. I encourage you to visit our website, www.garrett.edu, and learn more about us. Or better yet, I encourage you to come and visit us. Attend a chapel service. Sit in on a class. Have lunch with some of our students. One of them may be your future pastor. So those are the three things that each of us can do to make sure that messengers are being sent out. We can encourage persons to consider the ministry. We can support their education financially. And we can support the seminaries with our gifts and our prayers and our counsel. Garrett Evangelical, in turn, will take the very best students that you can send us. And in the 3 brief years that we have with them, we will do our very best to provide them with the resources they need to be effective in their ministry wherever they are sent. Here's the message that I want you to take home today. Paul's words to the Romans are also important words for each one of us. They remind us of the good news that God's salvation is for all people. And they challenge us to make sure that we are sending forth messengers of this good news. And so on this day, we give thanks to God for the gift of good news. We give thanks to God for those who have answered the call to ministry in the past and for those who will answer it in the future. And on this particular day, we give special thanks for the 25 years of effective ministry of your pastor, Tom Coram. With the Apostle Paul, we too can say, how wonderful is the coming of messengers who bring good news. Amen. Pastor Tom, I invite you to join me for a presentation, and we might actually give you this certificate now, although not to keep because I have to take it back for the next service. We are delighted to be here and celebrate your 25 years of ministry, Tom, and it's been a remarkable ministry. You, in your 25 years of ministry, have positively touched the lives of many people with your thought-provoking sermons that I understand are solidly biblical, spiritually nurturing, personal, practical, and easily understandable. You've touched the lives of many people with your genuine and sincere interest in and care for all people, the young and the old, the rich and the poor, the strong and the weak. You have touched the lives of many people with your visionary leadership and your desire to align this church's mission with the will of God. You've touched the lives of many with your effective problem-solving abilities and your willingness to think outside the box. You've touched the lives of many with your excellent listening skills, your great administrative abilities, your delightful sense of humor. You've touched the lives of many people with your contagious spirit of enthusiasm that permeates every facet of your ministry. As one person remarked to me, as you can see, God has graced us with an extraordinary leader. Or, as another summarized the feelings of many with these words, Tom is a true servant of God, and we would all do well to follow his example. Garrett Evangelical is proud to have played a role in equipping you to be such a faithful servant of Jesus Christ, and we can think of no better way to honor and celebrate your 25 years of the ministry than by making it possible for others to follow in your footsteps. And therefore, I am pleased to present you with this certificate announcing the establishment of the Thomas D. Coram Scholarship. It reads, Garrett Evangelical Theological Seminary is grateful for your distinguished ministry since your graduation from seminary in 1990. In recognition of your outstanding leadership, Garrett Evangelical is establishing the Thomas D. Coram Scholarship with an initial gift of $1,000. When gifts from your many friends help to build it to the minimum level, it will become a permanently endowed scholarship in your name. This scholarship is a lasting tribute to your faithful Christian service. It also perpetuates your love for the church by enabling others to prepare for ministry. Thank you for bringing honor to Garrett Evangelical through your exemplary leadership. Signed, Laleen Rector, President. Congratulations. I'm pleased to share with you that a number of other people have already joined Garrett Evangelical in adding to our initial gift, and it's already grown to over $5,500. So we're well on the way toward it reaching the minimum $25,000 goal. So, but that's the good news. The other good news is that there is no upper limit to the scholarship. So if you have not yet given, or even if you have, it's not too late to do so. And we hope that in the days and the months and the years ahead, we'll continue to grow into a significant scholarship in your name, and that someday the Tom Coram Scholar can come and visit this congregation and say thank you. But I say today, thank you for joining here at Evangelical in celebrating the anniversary of your pastor in such a meaningful way. Thank you.
Am I on? I'm on. I think I was turned off for a second. But I'm on. Effective ministry is possible because of effective churches. And I am so very, very grateful for all of the effective churches that I have been privileged to serve, all of you among them. So I hope that you'll consider this scholarship yours. It is indeed yours because I am yours, and I am grateful from the bottom of my heart. So let's sing with it. Team, are you ready? Did I talk long enough?
Maybe a little bit longer.
Oh, let's sing. With us here in downtown Champaign. We ask everyone to please take the yellow insert and fill it out as completely as you are able, with all the names of all the folks who are here with you today, and place that in an offering plate if you would. We thank you so much for doing that. There are a couple of ways in particular that we can do good that are lifted up today. We know that the United Methodist Committee on Relief is on the ground in Nepal, and so along with our prayers, we can send help through advance number 982450. Did you get that? It's in the bulletin, and I think if you write Nepal somewhere, the business office will take care of that for for you. So thank you in advance for what you're doing there, and we're so glad to have that opportunity as United Methodists to bring help to folks.